Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back for another BoshNRoll Cube Draft experience. I've done a bunch of these already this season. I still have QPs to spend, which means I'm still drafting. This pack right here, no Power 9, unfortunately. Grief is a early or cheap or free interaction spell that pivots into a solid spell in the mid-game. Vamp Tutor is a second copy of whatever my best card in the deck ends up being. I'm not really considering any of these other cards in the deck or in the pack right now. It's between Grief and Vamp Tutor to me, and I think it's just Vamp Tutor, but I do like that Grief. Jace the Mind Sculptor, Kaito Shizuki, Recurring Nightmare, Collective Brutality. Kaito is a looter and a cheap planeswalker, and shares a color with Vamp Tutor. This Lotus Cobra might be exciting for someone with wider range than me, but I found this nice little Dimir Grixis combo control pocket in this season of Cube that I've really been enjoying. Nightmare is a dope engine. Jace is a lot stronger than Kaito too, if you resolve either one. Alright, I'm taking Jace. Last second pivot. Watery Grave, what's up? I was looking at this Bloodstained Mire till I noticed Watery Grave was down here. Mind's Desire. I've just not been able to make that work. Snuff Out is cheap, free interaction that I do value highly. Wormcoil's a big O. There's lots of big O's in the cube, but I want to make sure I could cast my spells. I've loved Doomsday when I get it this season, and I kind of have a nice base here to be a Doomsday deck if the cards come from here. Skull Clamp, very good this early. Forth Eorlingas is the best card in this pack. It is red-white, which are the opposite of the colors that I already have. However, this card is deeply messed up, and it's not too late to be just many-color card soup. I think Skull Clamp and Miscalculation are both perfectly reasonable takes here. I have not gotten a draft with Forth Eorlingas yet, and I don't think I'm going to pass what is by far the strongest card in this pack, just because I have some picks that don't drive with it just yet. Oliphant is a red fixer that starts off... Oh, there's Force of Will. Never mind. I do like the Oliphant. Maybe there's some universe where it wheels, but I've been talking about cheap or free interaction all season long. This is the first Force of Will I've laid my grubby paws on, and I'm definitely going to grab it. Arid Mesa can help set up the Forth Eorlingas, and luckily there's just not another card in the pack for me. I do like having access to this. Triomes become a priority. Dual lands in general become a priority. Trying to make the mana work in this pile. A single Coalition Relic would be great, because Coalition Relic can get you a card on a double splash just by itself. I'm not trying to move into Wandering Emperor zone here. Like, if white control cards appear to be open, I could be base blue-white with black and red on the splash. I got lots of options open here. And as soon as I said that, we have a choice between a smattering of dope white cards or one mediocre black card. Prismatic Ending, Lotus Petal. I'm not normally into Lotus Petal in control decks. This is the short-term burst for decks that are trying to go long. Might not really be where I want to be, but I am trying to make a spread of colors work. If I'm suddenly base blue-white off this Prismatic Ending, okay, I'm going to let the Prismatic Ending enter my deck. Xander's Lounge. Arid Mesa fetches this, and it gets my base colors plus red. Okay, I like that. I got a lot of commentary about Show and Tell earlier in the season on one of my drafts, and I am not impressed by this card in Cube Draft. I have taken it before, and I found myself basically always in spots where either that or the card I would like to put into play are rotting in my hand without the other half of the combo, or my opponent does something bigger than me off the Show and Tell, or I'm ahead and don't want to risk helping my opponent out by putting something into play. So no, I'm not taking Show and Tell. I think that card sucks. Cityscape Leveler, Intrepid Adversary, Bring to Light. And the best cards in this pack are all green. And that's the one color I'm not anywhere near. Samwise can pick up a fetch land or do some tricky stuff. I guess I am kind of moving in a direction where blue-white might be my core colors. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Cityscape Leveler, which is the other pick here. Yeah, I'll let Sam join the party. Cathar Commando, Kolaghan's Command, Gideon. I'm in for Kolaghan's Command over these other two. I do think Cathar Commando is good, but I don't know. Oh, this Kolaghan's Command would be on the double splash if I'm base blue-white. Maybe it is Commando. Maybe it's Gideon. All right, I'm taking Gideon. Shit, I'm blue-white now. Let's see if that Wandering Emperor comes back around. Giver of Runes, Wormcoil Engine. Don't think I'm going to be much of a creature deck. I'll take the Wormcoil. Flicker Wisp. Yawgmoth. Okay, blue-white is starting to settle in here. I'll put this Massacre Girl in my sideboard. Or I could put Dark Depths in my sideboard and see if I end up doing anything with that. Yeah, I'm actually going to put Dark Depths in the sideboard. And Sylvan Safekeeper. Avacyn probably goes in the deck. Okay, blue-white is shaping up. I have Watery Grave on the splash here. Woof, look at this pack. Palace Jailer is a rock star. And it's in the core colors that I have settled into. Dak Faden is very good, but it's on the splash. Minskin Boo is good, but it's on both the splash and the 5th color that I'm not currently interested in trying to support. Misty Rainforest is a fetch land that gets Watery Grave or Xander's Lounge. It's Palace Jailer. I'm taking this. Scrubland is a black source that Arid Mesa can get. Guardian Scalelord is a top-end card, but my deck doesn't need more top-end. It's actually a pretty slam dunk Scrubland, as far as I'm concerned. Mother of Runes is cool, but whatever. I want to be kind of more of a control deck than that. I was just about to start saying we don't actually need to play the Spam Tutor. We can just be blue-white, splash red off Xander's Lounge, but now I have 3 black sources basically for free. And here's Lurrus, a card that I almost never pass, alongside Mana Leak, a card that I also like a lot. Sheldok Isle is a nice value land, but it's not better than Lurrus or Mana Leak here. I'm not considering Time Twister. I don't look like I'm going to be a Twister deck. I want to be a deck that is controlling my opponent's resources, not wildly throwing 7 cards around for everybody. I'm taking Lurrus. Filling out the bottom core part of my curve with cheap interaction and stuff that can be Lurrused is now a high priority. Windswept Heath does not get Xander's Lounge or Watery Grave. It does get Scrubland. Jace Vryn's Prodigy, though, meets the things I was just saying. It's a Lurrusable permanent that helps smooth things out. It happens early in the game. I'll take it. Removal, discard, and counter spells are what I want now. I have plenty of ways to win the game and take over with card advantage. I just need to be alive long enough for that to happen. Subtlety, Oust, Teferi. I'm not really in Urza Saga's world here. I do like Subtlety a lot, and the Sunken Ruins would be huge for my mana base, but I think I'm taking Teferi. Oh, Thari's Sun's Glory is a finisher, which I've made quite clear I don't need more of. Molten Collapse is a removal spell on the double splash. Shattered Sanctum is a dual land that enables black, which is not something I need to do more of, really. I actually think this is Thraben Inspector. As modest as that is, it is a blocker that draws cards early, and it's pretty good with Lurrus. Yeah, I just don't think I need something like Othari in this deck. I need something like Thraben Inspector to be alive that long. Big Teferi, however. I'm in for that guy. Damnation is the wrong Wrath effect. Wasn't Wrath of God in the first pack? I think I saw that come and go, unless my multiple cubes I've done today are all blurring together. Spirebluff Canal is a dual land that enables Forth Eorlingas off of a core color, but Big Teferi is just what I want in life when I'm drafting a deck like this. Savai Triumph is fetchable, and it's in 3 core colors. I see the Chrome Mox. I'm more interested in card advantage. I see the Brainstorm. I have plenty of card quality. Okay. That is a fetchable source of all my stuff. Vampire Hexmage does go with that Dark Depths in my sideboard. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I'm just saying it's there. Godless Shrine is a fetchable black source. And Duress is that cheap interaction that I do like having in decks. But I might just... What am I doing with all this black mana right now? It's like Vamp Tutor and nothing. and I'm still going to take the Godless Shrine. Scale Lord, Mother of Runes. Now that I have Jace, Thraben Inspector, Sam, Lurrus, the Mother does look more appealing, and I definitely don't need another 5-drop dragon. Palace Jailer, that's an important one to protect as well. Yeah, I am kind of creature-y here. Concealing Curtains works with Lurrus. It's disruptive. Probably not actually a 1-drop in my deck where black is a side color. I'm not a good Thalia deck. Am I? I have a bunch of Planeswalkers. Maybe I'm better than my opponent being a Thalia deck. I don't have to put Thalia in the deck either. B-click or dual land. I think it's dual land. I don't have red that well supported yet. I have 2 fetchable Triomes. Is that even true? Okay, V-click is a disruptive threat. Oust is a removal spell technically. Molten Collapse, technically castable. Delayed Blast Fireball, technically castable. The Thalia is kind of confused to be in this deck. Like I said, we don't have to play her, but I think she was the pick there. This pack has Lightning Bolt, red-black dual land that is fetchable by Arid Mesa, blue-red dual land that is just reasonable in the deck, Mishra's Bauble that's great with Lurrus, Tribal Flames. I could go big with this. Like, I could just be four-balling people. Backlave Apparition's pretty solid. I think I want Apparition. I am concerned about the early stabilizing part of the game. And either of these dual lands are good. Bauble's good. I have a lot of stuff I can wheel out of this pack and be pretty happy with. Third Path Iconoclast, Spellbinder, Glimmer Lens, Glorybringer. I'm not that red, that's for sure. Smuggler's Copter, not bad in my deck. I think this is actually Deep Cavern Bat versus Third Path Iconoclast, and I do value cheap disruption, and I don't have that many spells. I might even be a Thalia deck, so 3PI, not it for me. Here we go. Bat. Badlands, Volcanic Island, another fetch land, Troll of Khazad-dûm. Okay, this is going to be a mana fixer pack, though I do like the Flame Tongue, but this is going to be a mana fixer pack. Do I want... Oh, Volcanic Island is fetchable by Arid Mesa from the island half. Gets me my red in a core color. Yeah, this is the one. Lots of good stuff in this pack, though, but I'm taking the Volcanic. My blue count is not that high to support Force of Will, but I don't want to be 2-for-1ing myself anyway, generally speaking. Ketria Triome is another Volcanic Island functionally, versus Talisman. Okay. This is a Talisman in a core color, enables a splash color, and I don't have any mana acceleration in this deck full of 4s and 5s. I would like to have a Colonnade. Palantir's fine, but I actually am here for Talisman right now. Sacred Foundry, another splasher. I have 31 cards, 7 lands. Yeah, I'm going to have to make cuts anyway. I don't need more playables. I just need to play the cards that I have. Sacred Foundry does that. Steel Seraph, Trumpeting Carnosaur. Seal of Removal is good with Lurrus. What am I doing with this Carnosaur? Nothing interesting. It feels like Seal of Removal. It's a blue card to support Force. It's good with Lurrus. I don't need another 3-drop or 6-drop. I'm not playing Carry Zev. The Carnosaur is just more top end I don't need. Mastermind and Malcolm, I like both of these. Winds of Abandon is fine as well. And Mastermind versus Malcolm, annoying to see these two next to each other. I think I want Malcolm. Malcolm is more reliable card selection, but Fairy Mastermind is straight up card advantage under certain circumstances. Alright, Malcolm eventually becomes card advantage. I'm taking him. Lauren, dual land. It's between Lauren and dual land for me. I want the Lauren. I think my mana is stable enough, and we wield this Fiery Islet. Considered taking that the first time I saw it. This is a bunch of stinkers. Glimmer Lens is a 2-drop that can draw cards. I am, like I said, pretty creature-y. Heart of Kirin, I do have 3 Planeswalkers in the deck. I'd rather have the thing that's always a thing, though. Settling into the old Thalia Guardian of Thraben Planeswalker control deck. Wormcoil will probably end up in the sideboard. Start making some chops here. Ready Razorverge Thicket. I'm not green. Mightstone, Weakstone. I'm not going to play Duretti in this deck. I might sideboard in Mightstone if I get into someone with creatures that I need to kill in ways that I can't currently. I don't know. None of those cards are very exciting. Palantir on the wheel. I do like that card. I might not need it in my deck, but I do like it. Engineer, Welder, Gix. Not playing any of these. I'm not doing anything with artifacts. I do have creatures, though, so Gix gets the nod. Fire Blast, Karizev. I'm not playing Fire Blast. I'm not playing Karizev either. Alright, I don't even know which one I got. I got Karizev. Okay. Enlightened Tutor out, Karizev out. Molten Collapse over in the maybe pile. I'll reassess my meta and see if that's a castable spell or not. Okay, this mana. Quite proud of this mana base. Let's see what I actually ended up with. But it looks like they all do good things. How do I even organize these? Just lay them out one at a time across the bottom. Okay, Arid Mesa gets all of these except for Xander's Lounge. Really? This Arid Mesa just went to town here. 5 blue sources, 6 black sources, 6 red sources, 5 white sources. Okay. I mean, my splash colors are completely free, just built in here. I will not be playing a mountain or a swamp. That's for sure. And I think plains will be my most plentiful basic land. There are currently 28 non-lands in my deck. I don't think I need Palantir. I'm doing enough. Oh, I have Talisman in the mana base as well. It's another white and red source. As far as black cards, we have Deep Cavern Bat, Vamp Tutor, Molten Collapse. I think I do want this Molten Collapse. It is plenty castable. I was worried about it when I took it, but we're in there. We're doing it. I am not going to play this Thalia in my spell deck. If I pair into Storm or whatever, I can board her in, but she's not a main deck choice for me here. My removal actually ended up pretty robust here. I need 3 more cuts. Archangel Avacyn. She has a pretty exciting top end. And my top end is Forth Eorlingas. I'm actually looking at my card quality and wondering if I need this Vamp Tutor. Being able to Vamp for Forth Eorlingas is pretty exciting, but I'm going to see a lot of cards, and my cards are very good. Glimmer Lens, I'm pretty sure, is not making the cut here, even though I will probably draw cards off it with some reliability. My Flicker Wisp can reset a Planeswalker, a Skyclave, a Lauren. That's good enough. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at Seal of Removal and Vamp Tutor as my last 2 cuts. Let's look at this deck all in one spot now. This is 23 lands, plus a Talisman. I think Vamp Tutor being another Forth Eorlingas is good enough to keep this card in the deck. What's Samwise doing? I do have that Arid Mesa that I somehow managed to fetch damn near every land that I drafted. And maybe it is Samwise at the end of the day, and I keep the Vamp Tutor. I have a bunch of stuff to do on 2 mana. My mana base is nutty. I have removal. I like Avacyn, given how many Palace Jailer, Skyclave Apparition type effects I ended up with. It would be nice to protect those, and in a giant flash body is cool. Magic Online, what do you think my basic land should be? Well, I'm not playing a swamp or a mountain. 5 plains, 3 island, 11 white sources in the deck, 8 blue sources. I might have to balance that out. Let me make sure I counted right. Yeah, I think a plain should become an island. That's 9 blue sources, 10 white now. Still 6 black sources, still 6 red sources. I'm happy with those on the splash. Core colors blue-white. Okay. Kind of a wild mana base, but solid curve, solid spells. I get to play with Forth Eorlingas. Let's try it. The official BoshNRoll Island Ponder Keep shirt is available exclusively through Coalesce Apparel. This Magic player-owned business is a staple of our community. They keep this channel on the air, and it's my pleasure to partner with them for this product. Coalesce is the best Magic apparel on the market. They have awesome new designs coming out all the time. Use code BoshNRoll to get 10% off your order, only at coalesceapparel.shop. I'm on the play in round 1 with the perfect all of my colors available start. I'm running it. Even get to start with Mother of Runes. I am a little worried about my deck's resilience versus combo decks, but I quite like my spot versus fair decks. A mountain, a Chrome Mox, okay. Exiling Kithian. Oh, we're against Boros. Big Boros. Ooh, this is fun. I was gonna try to set up Molten Collapse on this Chrome Mox, but then I drew Prismatic Ending, which just gets it. If you 1-mana Stone Rain for 2 cards, you take it. I even get the double spell. And if I can hold on to this clue long enough, it could get me Descended for Molten Collapse. Oh, I could get this Oust to here and draw a card. Yeah, I'm just going to draw a card here and oust the Slash. Sash, not Slash. Lion Sash. They have to draw that 2 cards from now. I get to shove Gideon next turn, and I'm still holding a Functional Dreadbore. Oh, and I could just Forth Eorlingas next turn. I think getting Gideon going is perfectly fine, though. And they missed their land drop, which means they're going to miss their land drop again next turn when they draw Lion Sash. There it is. Wow, what a surprise. The Giver of Runes will be disruptive to my removal. If I attack with Knight Ally... Okay, I'm going to attack with Knight Ally. They don't have good blocks here. Like, they could block Protect if they want to save 2 damage, but then that taps them out of defending from Molten Collapse. Alright, pro-white is fine. I only have 1 black source. I can't Molten Collapse and Tutor for Forth Eorlingas. I could upkeep Vamp Tutor and Tutor make a smaller Forth Eorlingas. Yeah, I'm going to Molten Collapse the Lion Sash. Play my land tapped. And if I smell weakness, I can just Forth for X equals 2 on my next turn. Tap land. Do they have another spell? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, they're ousting my Knight Ally. Okay, that's fair. I'll allow it, and I'm definitely sending the troops in. Forth Eorlingas on top of my deck. Draw for turn. 1, 2, red, white, Lingus. Just going to leave blockers up. Attack. Get the Monarch. Nope, they just scoop. Cool. That was powerful. Playing against Boros magic cards. Glimmer Lens is a piece of material. It's a 2-mana 2/2 at baseline, and then it does other stuff. I'll think about it. Seal of Removal is cheap interaction. It's determining if I want to drop my curve here and how I want to interact with this deck. And I didn't see anything out of them that would necessitate pitching 2 cards to Force of Will. And sideboard like I'm playing Legacy, just play to the board. I like Avacyn, I like my 4s and 5s. I don't think I like anything less than Glimmer Lens here. Vendilion Click's a maybe, but a flyer is nice. Delay Blast Fireball, 2 damage to each opponent, each creature they control. Double red is tough, but this is the type of card I would like. Interesting. I could foretell it for 2, and then just figure it out when I have 2 red later. Okay, I'm bringing in the Fireball. And maybe I drop this Talisman of Conviction and just play with my lands. Curving out seems worth doing versus this strategy. Got Mother again. Somehow perfect mana in my 4-color deck. I'm going to mention that a lot because I'm very excited by it. Opponent mulled to 6. And fetched Savai Triome face up. Mother! Mother protecting Malcolm, looting my way into the sunset. That's pretty exciting if it works out. Chrome Mox, uh-oh. Okay, so they mulligan and Chrome Moxed. They're down 2 cards. Plus I was on the draw. I'm plus 3 cards on them if I can stay alive long enough to leverage them. Big Teferi. They're attacking with Lion Sash, eating at least 1 card here. Just 1, end step. Play my Alluring Scoundrel. We'll see if they sandbagged a removal spell for this one. If they did, it leaves Skyclave Apparition open for business. Jace Vryn's Prodigy. I'm going to attack with Malcolm. See if they want to interact. The answer is no. Sanders Lounge doesn't help me here. Yeah, I'll discard that. And I think I'm actually in for Teferi here. Teferi stabilizes the board, and I get to sniff out any tricks they might have right now. And I get to draw a card. Samwise targeting nothing. They do get the ring. Okay. Sam is kind of annoying. Little flash creature for the road. I could just bounce the Chrome Mox then and deal with their creatures in my own way, in my own time. Yeah, get out of here, Chrome Mox. Prismatic Ending plus Skyclave Apparition in hand. Bang. Just playing the control deck versus the aggro deck that's down 3 cards on me. Coming for Teferi with the Sam and the Lion Sash is pushing damage. Probably a good sign that they're not going to cast any spells if they're doing this. Cool. All right, Malcolm, fly in there. Cause a problem. It's important to get your beats in with Malcolm because at some point it just becomes cast a spell for free every turn, but you have to attack to get there on that. I'm not really worried about this Sam going coast to coast versus my hand right now, I'm going to be honest. My plan is to Prismatic Ending the Lion Sash and play Jace. Malcolm, I'm probably supposed to remove the Lion Sash before combat, because this extra... Every card in my graveyard affects Jace. Like, they can just eat this Plains now, or eat... I guess they would have eaten the Teferi anyway. I did not actually change anything, and they didn't go for the Exile. Hope I don't get Mana Tithed here, but better now than on Big Teferi next turn. Are they doing something with this white? Nope, just leaving my graveyard alone. I appreciate it. No good blocks here. I'm not jumping with Jace. They found land number 4, immediately drew a card with it. That's a good sign. Path to Exile Jace? Yes, please. Okay. I'll grab a Plains with this. This makes Teferi a unit. Teferi was already a unit. He's always a unit. That's kind of his thing. Malcolm, one turn away from singing real songs. Discard Plains. Play Fiery Islet just to make sure I don't get Mana Tithed. Teferi plus... Oh, I tapped wrong. Tried to save some life points and ended up not playing my creature, who I would be quite happy to trade with Samwise. Chrome Mox. So they have a 4-drop that's worth deleting a card from their hand to cast here. Selfless Spirit. Hero of Bladehold certainly qualifies. However, this means Malcolm's casting spells for free next turn. I can Apparition a hero, put Raven Inspector in front of Sam. Teferi's still active. I don't need this Fire Islet anymore. Draw a card. Now I'm going to read all the words on Malcolm. Draw a card, then discard a card. If there are 4 more chorus counters on Malcolm, you may play the discarded card without paying its mana cost. Okay. Okay. I'm having fun. Okay, Skyclave Apparition, Exile Hero, Raven Inspector, get in there. I'm going to sing a song about Jace the Mind Sculptor right now. Here we go. Jace. And yes, I would like to cast the discarded card. And I'm going to start Fate Sealing my opponent. I will not use Jace's ability to bottom that mountain. Play Godless Shrine tapped, end a turn, untap 2 lands. And I believe this one is over. And my opponent believes the same. Awesome. On to the next round. If you're looking to run a CEDH or 1v1 tournament, Eminence Gaming has your back with Command Tower. With Command Tower's intuitive tournament manager dashboard, you can handle decklist submission and player management with just a few clicks. Players just need to scan the event's QR code for access to the full tournament bracket, including seamless pairings and real-time standing updates. Take the guesswork out of tournament organizing. Try Command Tower for your next event. On the draw in round 2, I am going to keep the hand that has all my colors and stuff to do with it. Tasty little curve here. Once again, pretty weak to combo. But that's going to be the story of the draft. Either coast my way through people trying to play fair, or get clowned by Reanimator. Those are the modes. Those are the same modes I haven't constructed too, funny enough. Uh-oh. Black Lotus. That card is pretty good, I've heard. I was going to play Savai Triome, but I think just Stone Raining this Black Lotus. If they have some flash spell or something to do with the mana, this is a waste of a card, but okay. Well, there's that. I can oust that thing if I don't die this turn. Hull Breacher is a challenging card for my deck that is built on just drawing lots of cards. Alright, get this oust. They are Touch the Spirit, realming it rather than ousting it, so it will be back this turn. I could Skyclave Apparition it next turn, but they aren't tapping into 3 mana, which is what Time Twister and Wheel of Fortune cost. Fingers crossed. Don't do me like that. Hull Breacher beats. Monastery Mentor, okay. And I'm not happy to play against that either. But it's not Time Twister. And with 1 card left in their hand, I think I want to hit the Hull Breacher. If that 1 card left is a removal spell, then they get a 3/3 and a monk and everything else. Well, I can't reasonably block here. Okay, take 2, slam Gideon. I can't slam Jace here. Yeah, I think Gideon is worth the investment. It sucks that a counterspell triggers Mentor. Oh, they just F6'd. He got shit. Attacking with my Apparition. I will block Mentor with Knight Ally token. That's worth the test on them having a spell. A tap land. They would have played that last turn if they had it. Okay, they did sneak 2 damage in on me last turn. Good job, you. How about this? Teferi Time Raveler. How do you feel? Get Mentor out of here. Attack for 1,000,000. Hit my land drop. 5/5. Return in the tables. Attack for 9, which is half your life total. And add Jace Prince Prodigy to the board. 2.5 planeswalkers, 2.5 creatures. And we somehow beat the Black Lotus turn 1 Hull Breacher start. Spooky. I don't think Thalia is a solution to what's going on here. The Seal of Removal might be. Maybe Avacyn is a little heavy when I know my opponent is going to come out this fast. Or has the capability to come out that fast. We don't know that we're going to. I think having my cards available to answer their stuff is better than Thalia trying to slow down their stuff. That's how I feel about that. This is good mana and an interactive object. It won't keep up with a Black Lotus, but very few hands will, so I'll just keep my functional hand and hope they don't draw that one of. Tundra, Esper Sentinel. Okay. Sevi Triome goes in. They've got a land and an attack. Let's see if there's a follow-up spell. Soul Ring. Okay, we have Soul Ring and Black Lotus in our deck. Good job. Okay, I can oust this and pay the troll toll. I think that's worth doing. Yeah, oust this, pay the toll. I was just going to play a tap land this turn. I don't want to feed them cards. I can answer one big dumb permanent this turn, whether it be through Teferi or Lauren. I think I just want to play my Talisman here. I feel like they're holding up a counterspell, and I know they're drawing Esper Sentinel next turn, which I can pick off with Lauren. This was actually a good spot to get a tap land in. Thinking about the spells too much and not enough about the lands. They just drew Esper Sentinel. There it is. Gideon. Okay, I'm going to cast Lauren here. It actually didn't even occur to me to try to kill Soul Ring last turn. I was thinking about this Esper Sentinel too much. Yeah, I'm just going to blow up Soul Ring. I have so many lands, I don't care about Esper Sentinel anymore. Opponent floated mana and did nothing with it. Godless Shrine versus Sacred Foundry. I actually have a lot of red mana already. Get some more black in there. Okay, they haven't done anything with 4 and 5 mana over the last 3 turns, and now they're back down to 3. Oh, shit. Well, nope, they have 6. What's the line? Oh, Lurrus Lotus, yep. I've seen this one before. It's not good for me. And they could actually spend a turn getting the Soul Ring in if they want to invest in more permanent mana. Or they could just fire multiple 6-drops at me. I'm going to try to cast Teferi and just see what that ends up doing for everyone. I'll pay the 1. And they did have a counterspell the whole time. No surprise. I don't think I want to trade Lauren with Esper Sentinel, especially with Lurrus on the board. And I'm not in a hurry to let them draw cards either. They currently just have lots of mana, and have not clearly identified what they're going to do with it. Soul Ring from the graveyard. They're ready to cast Blightsteel Colossus. Damn near. Something's happening. Guardian Scale Lord. Okay, this can back up the Lurrus, and then it's big enough to attack. Turn target non-land permanent mana value X or less. Okay, so the land or no, non-land permanent. The Lotus is just coming back again. Sure. That's fine. Okay, no blocks here, and I think Lauren has to draw a card, even though I don't want to feed them cards. I need cards if I'm going to play the game. Hope they don't Hull Breach this. They did not. Prismatic Ending's pretty solid. Guardian Scale Lord is a problem long term. I should make my land drop in case they have a soft counter. White, blue, red, exile Lurrus, and I will pay the toll. Does it resolve? Okay, that worked. Guardian Scale Lord can refire Lotus while pushing damage, but the Lurrus was the scariest thing they have. That's gone now. Tapped Hallowed Fountain. Council's Judgment. I am going to fetch, and I actually do think that I need cards. There's no double blacks in the deck. I'm just going to fetch Volcanic Island. and leave the Xander's Lounge in the deck as something that can be drawn and cycled. I really hate feeding cards to the opponent who has 8 mana available, but this is where we are. I mean, 1 removal spell for Scale Lord, and we're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, pay, 1, 1, 2, okay. 4, I will pay. Should have made my land drop to play around Mana Leak. Blue, blue, blue. Cryptic Command, Yucko. Alright, well, that's a good card. I'll play Thraben Inspector, and then I can Malcolm next turn, and Malcolm can start looting these planes into spells. Okay, suddenly some card advantage in selection. They still have a giant flying creature. Shit. Well, better draw my card. Malcolm just got a lot less good. They rebuy the Lotus again. I have to block Hull Breacher here. I can't afford to be on a 1-turn clock. Palace Jailer. This card's a lot better if there's not a Hull Breacher in play. I'm just pooping them out treasures. But, I mean, gotta play the card that I have. I think I take the Scale Lord, and then I try to trade Malcolm for Hull Breacher in combat. It's not like mana is a constraint for them in any capacity. They've had, what, 5, 6 Black Lotuses this game? Okay, you get a treasure in my end step. And if their hand is 2 lands and they draw a land here, I'm actually stable. Okay, or I'm just dead to Path to Exile. I will see if they... I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't attack with Esper Sentinel, but if they do just attack with Hull Breacher, I have to give them the opportunity to mess up here. Okay, Time Warp. Yeah, just dead. Cool. Alright, their deck is a lot like mine, except has Black Lotus and Sol Ring in it. What do I do with that? Archangel Avacyn actually looks a lot better now that I know they're not just a turbo wheel deck, they're actually blue-white control with some meaningful combat stuff. Maybe Flicker Wisp is not that good. I do like my removal. I like my Planeswalkers. I still don't like Thalia. Delayed Blast Fireball continues to be tempting. I'm going to skip it though. I'm doing this version. Keep. This can be a fast protected Forth Eorlingas with Teferi's help. I'm just going to drop this Seal of Removal into play. Mitigate some Black Lotus nonsense. Playing Sol Ring. Cool. We're all playing the same format here, right? I can fetch a Triome here, get my mana set up. I actually don't think I even need a Triome here. Maybe I just want a Shock Land. Play the Triomes into cycle later. Am I missing any colors? No, Scrubland plus Volk is all colors. Sacred Foundry versus Godless Shrine. I'd rather have more red than white, I think. Right, Sacred Foundry tapped. Okay, Teferi. Let's test their interaction here. Cool. Bounce the Sol Ring. And there is the Xander's Lounge, Triome for cycling later. And I hope they just replay Sol Ring and then Forth Eorlingas ravages their life. That's what I want to happen here. Talisman, okay. I mean, they have a lot going on. But my spells cannot be interacted with. White, red, 1, 2. Horses, go get them. This is the type of punch-you-in-the-face nonsense that I need to beat a deck this much more powerful than mine. I am the Monarch. I have some creatures. I can answer their next creature. I can Avacyn starting next turn. I can click them if they're not doing anything. Parallax Wave. I don't care about that. Not that I could do anything about it, but I also don't care about it because I already have the Monarch. It does delete my tokens, but the damage is done. Mother. Okay, I'm going to play Mother, and I'm going to click them in their draw step. I would like to know what they're up to over there. Parallax Wave is when it leaves the battlefield, so I can bounce it with Teferi and get my stuff back if there's stuff under it. Fades to 2, draw. Let's look at that hand and don't show me any nonsense, please. They're exiling Mother in response to Vendilion Click on the stack. I wonder if they have, like, Containment Priest for the combo? Or what's going on over there? Path to Exile. Nope, you can keep your whole hand, thank you. None of that interacts with anything important that I'm doing. I'm still the Monarch. This Parallax Wave is going to wear off turn after next. They can't actually eat this or I get it back right away. And I get it back in the upkeep where I could click them again. That's funny. Plus Teferi, attack for 3. I actually think with the Monarch going, that I should play Xander's Lounge as a land. Yeah, I have plenty to do with my mana, is the thing here. And I can play JVP, and they can path him, or I can just wait. I have Avacyn or Malcolm to do otherwise. These are spots where I really wish there was a single counterspell in my deck. Okay, Parallax Wave is out of Exiles, and I get Mother of Runes back next turn, and then Path to Exile doesn't work anymore. They drew Touch the Spirit Realm. Okay. This gives my creatures indestructible. Yeah, not hexproof. I am going to let them have this. I'm not going to use my Seal of Removal on that. That's my ticket to keeping the Monarch forever. End step, Malcolm. Just have to make sure I can win before I deck myself, but I don't think that's actually going to be a concern. But between Malcolm and the Monarch, I am certainly trying to get through my whole deck. Get a loot. Discard. Okay, there's a clock. I'll discard the island. If this Jace ever fires, I actually get to Forth Eorlingas from my graveyard. That's unreal. Okay, I'm going to play Gideon and Jace. Just try to overwhelm this Path to Exile in their hand. I haven't seen a Wrath yet, and I hope they don't have one. But I have cards flowing. I can Seal of Removal to save one of my creatures if that is important to me. I get Mother of Runes back right now. And this is the last turn that Path to Exile is going to do anything, so they better use it or lose it. One mystery card in their hand. They are dead on board. They're spending a lot of mana right now. Fractured Identity targeting Gideon. Okay, that's actually pretty solid. I can clear that immediately with Skyclave Apparition, who is under the protection of Mother of Runes. And they have to play Whack-A-Mole with this Path to Exile on which of these creatures they're most scared of. And it should be Jace, because giving Forth Eorlingas flashback is just game-ending fireball. Making an ally. Wow, they just passed. That Path to Exile is not getting better, and I have Teferi in play. That's surprising, but legal. Okay, can I win right now? I can cycle Sevai Triome. That's 4 cards in the graveyard. Activate Jace. That's 5. Jace flips. I can Forth Eorlingas for 3. Attack for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I think you're dead. Okay. Bounce this with Jace. Or Teferi, whoever this is. Cycle Sevai Triome. Tap Jace. Discard this Prismatic Ending. Jace flips. You may cast target instant or sorcery in your graveyard. How about Forth Eorlingas? Land from hand. And they packed it up. This is a tough matchup. They're just my deck with multiple pieces of power in it, and I feel fortunate to have gotten through it. On to the final round. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. On the draw in the finals, trophy on the line, I got my mana and some spells to cast. Somehow capable of turn 2 Molten Collapse in my deck with infinite colors. I just drew Sevai Triome, and I have to actually decide which of these is better. Double white is more important than double blue to my deck, or at least to my hand. I think double blue is generally more important. I'm actually going to play the Sevai, because I can get to double blue without a tap land. I can't get to double white without a tap land, otherwise. Jace, Friend's Prodigy appearing in my hand against Island Swamp. Lots of ways to interact with me in those colors in the cube. Show and tell. Yuck. Alright, well, I'm going to put in Flicker Wisp, I guess. And I will flicker this Grizzlebrand out. I don't even know if that does anything. But, okay. It's over there now. I can play Jace and bounce this, and they'd have to dig for a free counter magic. Or I could just Molten Collapse it, and then it's dead. Kind of more interested in Jace. I lose to a force effect either way. I think Jace is better to have resolved on this board. Playing Teferi, I've said Jace and Teferi multiple times interchangeably. What Teferi opens up Daze as a hit they could have. Okay, I'm gonna go red-black Molten Collapse. They're gonna draw a bunch of cards in response. They've drawn 7 cards. Got 11 of them now. Hope their deck does not contain Force of Will. Does not appear to. Attack with Flickerwisp, they go to 10. And I'm going to hold on to my Jace activation because I'm not sure what I'm looking for yet. My deck does have Force in it if I need to YOLO 30 out or hit a Force here. I have Teferi running back up here if they have a reanimation for a second round of Grizzling. And they do seem to do that. Activate Jace. Okay. I'll lose the Xander's Lounge. Or no, lose the Plains. Scrubland is just Plains with upside. Okay. Grizzlebrand's back. Hope they don't have a discard spell. Alright, well, it's a discard spell that is soft to removal spells. And I do have a bunch of removal in my deck. Come on, deck. Hook it up. Help me out. Archon and Troll. This is the Reanimator deck I said might get me in this league. Oh, Vamp Tutor. I can get Prismatic Ending, which removes Animate Dead. Or maybe there's something better to do with this. But I can Vamp and then activate Jace, and I will find answers in my deck. Okay, Scrubland, Vamp Tutor. At minimum, there's Prismatic Ending. I'm just going to look at all my options here. I don't like Oust. Palace Jailer doesn't work because they have 2 flyers. Yeah, it's Prismatic Ending. Activate Jace. Discard Xander's Lounge. And Prismatic Ending, the Animate Dead. Okay. Grizzlebrand dies. I do want to attack for 3. I'll take my Teferi back if they want to give it to me. They don't. Okay, Reanimate is off. Reanimate and Life Death don't work anymore because they're at 7. Bone Shards discarding Ashen Rider. Gross. Yep, that happened right when it needed to. I was about to be able to Vamp and Molten Collapse. Necromancy. Oh no. Archon of Cruelty just mops me out here. I do have draws. They're not super wide, but like Oust will clear this thing. I've got some Planeswalkers in my deck, like that one. It's going to bounce the Archon. Hopefully they can't just discard it and reanimate it again. But good draw. Good draw. Shieldred. Well, that's really good against Jace the Mind Sculptor. And they are attacking with the Bat. Yeah, I can bounce the Bat with Jace, get my Teferi back, use Teferi, bounce Shieldred. I see some cards, and get deeper in the deck. I think I will take this. I'm not going to play around Spell Pierce. Remand. Okay. I'm fucked. Watery Grave tapped. They could just replay the Bat. Yeah, the problem with reanimating Grizzlebrand is even if you answer it, they get to draw 7. And then they get to just do this for the rest of the game. They've hit every land drop. They can reanimate something if that's right. If they could play a medium-sized monster if that's right. Let's get a little bit of everything from there. Kaito Shizuki also gets to keep the card. Plus Kaito, they gain some life. Submit Growth Chamber, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can cast Archon next turn. And that's not going to do it. Okay. We have run into exactly the matchup I was worried about. I like Seal of Removal. I like Force of Will. That Flickerwisp is kind of medium. I still don't think it's time for Thalia. Maybe it is. Maybe it's worse for them than it is for me. But I also don't like it. I think maybe Avacyn is my cut here. I just have some cheaper interaction and fewer top ends. Let's try it. First hand where all of my colors are not present. It's actually just 2 and not a core color, but Malcolm's a looter. I'm in. And if they show and tell me, I get this Palace Jailer. Okay, let's play. Swamp. Had the Plains. Not worried about it. They are cycling Troll of Khazad-dûm. Getting a Xander's Lounge. Getting Xander's Lounge is nice. Yeah, that is just a turn I get to do stuff. Get to play Malcolm here. Bring the beats. I can click them next turn. That island gives me an easy discard. Discard basic island. Then play island. And I am going to click their draw step. Okay, remand, that's fine. That time walks both of us, and I'm the one attacking with a looter. Oh, grief. Sure. Well, they're going to see a lot of good stuff in here. They probably take Palace Jailer, unless they are worried about Vendilion Click. Yeah, if they reanimate Palace Jailer, I am deadzos. That didn't happen. Good news. Malcolm, let's go sing a song. Prismatic Ending. I think I discard the Talisman. I can Vamp Tutor now. And Vendilion Click in your draw step again. Their hand is Archon, Bat, Kaito, Shieldred. I don't think I want to interact with this hand. It's just not very good. And if they Bat, I'll Vamp Tutor in response. If they Kaito, I'll just bring the Ruckus with Forth Eorlingas. Here's the Swamp. Here's the Kaito. Yeah, they're going to loot away the Archon. End step, Vamp Tutor. Is there anything better? I could just put Force of Will in my hand and attack, but they can bat me over multiple turns with that. Yeah, I think just sending it on Forth Eorlingas is the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 horses. Attack you with all of my creatures. Malcolm loots. Discard this Mother of Runes. And there at 5, I'm drawing extra cards. I'm not sure if Archon of Cruelty even stabilizes against this. Shieldred certainly doesn't. Bat doesn't. Show and Tell. This puts in Atali, and I put in Jace. Okay. Atali, don't do me. They hit Necromancy. Come on. Necromancy and Molten Collapse. Oh, that was a solid hit. Necromancy gets Archon, which can kill one of my horses. They Molten Collapse the Jace, who would have Forth Eorlingas them to death anyway. Okay, we're playing this game now, which I didn't want to be playing. I lose a horse, and the Prismatic Ending, which is unfortunate because that would have answered the Necromancy. Okay, I need a removal spell for the Archon. Oh, wow, what just happened? Oh, you can't cast it. Interesting. Wow. So Necromancy, the text on Necromancy is if you didn't cast this as a sorcery, and you can't cast it as a sorcery under Atali. Wow, okay. I didn't know that was going to happen, but I'm pretty happy about it. Okay, was that enough? They take 5, 6, 7 here, and I get to loot and cast something for free. I'm going to draw before combat in case I find a removal spell. I did not. Okay, attack with everything. This will put them to 1, and Malcolm gets to sing a song. Hopefully it's a good song. Nope, it's a song about Thraben Inspector. It's not an exciting song. I do have some amount of sorcery speed removal in my deck. I'm going to draw a card now with my clue. Looking for that oust. LURRUS. Was not it. Okay, I mean, they are going to get a hit that takes the Monarch. We're back in this. I didn't want to be playing the game, but we are. They could pre-combat Shieldred, or at pre-Kaito Shieldred, and gain 2 life. The Monarch will gain them another 2 life. They can hit me for 7, which... Okay, they're Kaitoing first. This Teferi in hand is really good. It showed up 1 card too late. If it was in the Malcolm song, we would not be playing the game. But we are. This is exciting. High Octane Magic. Discarded Grizzlebrand. That is a giant lifelink monster. Demonic Tutor. Okay, we know they have an Animate Dead in the deck. Let's hope they go for Grizzlebrand and not Archon here. They might not think Archon gains them enough life, where Grizzlebrand will be a big 7. Nope, straight for Archon. They cannot be fooled. Okay, I lose Thraben Inspector. I go to 11. I take 7. That's fine. Okay. Thraben Inspector, Watery Grave are gone. I go to 4. They get the Monarch. Oh, they didn't attack. Maybe they can? I don't know. Magic's too hard for me. I know 2 of their 3 cards, and I'm going to play this Teferi hero and try to tuck this Archon away. I will tuck the Archon, not the Animate. And I don't think there's a 1-mana flicker in these colors in the cube. All right. Game 3 coming. Again, I don't think my deck changes. These are the cards that I have, and I just need them to hold up one more time. I like the Bat. Turn 2 might be too slow. I don't like this group full of Planeswalkers, though. And I'm not going to mulligan Disruption on turn 2 and a plan for the rest of the game, but I do need some lands and stuff to do. Okay, cool. I could get Scrubland here and curve out. That means I can't get the Savai Triome and I don't have access to red right away. But if I could protect the bat, keep my spells... Oh, they missed a land drop. What's going on over there? I want to find out right now. Bat's in. Oh, they kept a bat flash hand, flash Archon. Yuck. Okay, I have to take the flash. Though I am worried long-term about this show and tell. I need to find a blue source before they find 2 lands. They're missing drops over there. So am I. I don't think holding up Mother of Runes matters more than damage does. A swamp, they can bat me now. They can take my click. Uh-oh. I'm worried. Their next draw is going to be very powerful. Their next land. Oh, they took Skyclave Apparition? Okay. Come on, deck. Untap blue source. Untap blue source. Shit. Okay, I need them to miss the land drop. And I am going to shock this in and play Lurrus. Just add to the board wherever I can. Miss your land. Miss your land. Don't do it. Don't play a land. 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 They did not play a land. Not yet. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. Baleful Strix. Okay. I mean, it's a redraw. Another look at a land. They didn't find the land. Come on, deck. Blue source. Oust. What does Oust do? It answers the Archon once it's in. Okay, I'm less worried now. Bat Lurrus attack. Protection from black. And flying by the seat of my pants here. Gotta hope they miss that land. Okay. Show and Tell is live now. They know I have this Vendilion click. Yep, Show and Tell's gonna resolve. Have they found anything scarier than the Archon in the meantime? Nope. That's Archon, that's Show and Tell. I could click myself and try to get a redraw. I am actually going to do that. Click myself. I'm going to bottom, I think, Gideon, because curving Jace Teferi here is really good. Okay, I have to sack a creature. That's going to be Mother of Runes, or, no, it could be Bat. So I can refire Bat, check their hand again, give them their flash, which doesn't matter if they don't have a Big O. Okay, sack my Bat. Discard Jace. Discard Teferi. This is hard. I'm going to play the Bat next turn, which means I could Jace with Lurrus in a future turn. Okay, Force of Will. I don't mind if I do. Bat. Shinobi Remand Toxic Deluge. Yuck. I'll take the Deluge. Oust the Archon, which will show up again eventually. Attack with Lurrus and Vendilion click. Leave back Mother and Bat. Okay, they can flash their Archon in next turn. Oh, they could put Archon under Shelldock now. I do have Force blue card. I took this Force of Will so quickly when I saw it, and now is its chance to shine. Malcolm. Okay, that's another blue card. I'm going to attack with my 3 power creatures and play JVP from the graveyard. Yeah, there's the remand. That's fine. If they remand that, they're not remanding Force of Will. And that Archon is either under the Shelldock Isle or on the bottom of their deck. So they cleared the thing that they could have flashed in for good effect. Grief. Hardcasting Grief. And this is going to take the Force anyway. I might as well force it, right? That way they don't have a creature also. I hate that. Force pitching. I think it's Malcolm. Yeah, my shields are down now. I have 25 cards to their 23 as far as Shelldock Isle goes. Jace the Mind Sculptor is here to party. Okay. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Do I want to brainstorm or do I plus them? I think I want to plus them. My cards don't answer this anyway. I'm going to leave Island on top of their deck and continue attacking with my 6 powers. Give click pro black. Okay, I have them dead on board. If they don't do any messed up nonsense right now, they can just fire Time Spiral and see what happens. Okay, that is what they've done. They get to untap all their lands. All my information is gone. Their graveyard's gone. Force of Will's gone. Demonic Tutor. Uh-oh. Whatever it is they want, they can get here. I'm hiding the Toxic Deluge under my Bat, which is a sweeper in their deck. If they show and tell, I can put in JVP or Lauren or a land. I think Jace is the best option there. They're thinking really hard about this Demonic Tutor. I hope that means they don't have something, or that the line is convoluted. I feel like this would have resolved already if it was as easy as Entomb Reanimate. Okay, Bat is what they came up with at the other end. Let's see if this is just a distraction to make sure their show and tell is good. Or they played land already. It just feels like they didn't. Oh, wow, they scooped it. We did it. Another trophy. Number 6. This has been a good season. This deck had pretty impressive grinding power. I really wish it had like one more counterspell in it, a loose focus, a mana leak, just something to stop items from hitting the stack. But Force of Will, which showed up exactly one time, countered a spell that would have discarded Force of Will. Not even good. But the grinding power of just answering the stuff that hit the board, and luckily none of my opponents quite presented enough to overwhelm what I could answer on the board. I boarded in Seal of Removal in every match. Maybe it should have just been in the deck. But Forth Eorlingas, this is where how this draft happened. I saw this, 4th, 5th pick, where I was mostly blue-black, or at least going down a blue-black path, and was willing to pivot onto the best card in the pack, and ended up in a cool blue-white, splash-red, splash-black, 4-color soup trophy deck. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Stick around. I got a couple more of these in me this season. Check out the Patreon. Check out the sponsors. I'll see you next time. I'm out of here.